Smart Gurudev, Nithalila, Pravishtam, Om Vishnupad, Ashtauttara Shishumad, Bhakti Vedanta, Vamana Goswami Maharaj, and my Shiksha Guru and Sannyas Guru Nithalila, Pravishtam, Om Vishnupad, Ashtauttara Sri Narayana Goswami Maharaj in their lotus feet. I offer infinite Danvat Pranams. Then Nithalila, Pravishtam, Om Vishnupad, Ashtauttara Shishumad, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Siddhar Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and all the sannyasis present on the stage, and all the Vaishnavis who are here, to my beloved mothers, gentlemen, those who are here. Just now we heard, we have gathered here on a very auspicious occasion today. This is a very, very important day today. Because my beloved Gurudev today is his disappearance day. We are observing disappearance day of my beloved Gurudeva. When we were doing Radha Kunda Parikrama, I remember, then some days we were staying there for some days, and I remember the Gurudeva, Gurupad Padma, his disappearance day. It's very beautiful. We observed that time also. And especially today, Parampura Bhaktivedanta Srila Trivikram Goswami Maharaj, his disappearance day also. In the month of Kartik, many acharyas' appearance or disappearance day is coming, and we are observing those beautiful occasions. So in this Gurupad Padma, his disappearance day, we are observing today in the month of Kartik. Why? Because you all just heard that Vaishnav appearance or disappearance, these are just like a scriptural thing. Veda Purana Upanishad, it is coming. Pure devotees, pure Guru Vaisnavas, their appearance or disappearance is just like a thing to say, because Guru and Vaishnav, they are eternally present with us. If you analyze deeply, when we see from that perspective, then we'll realize their appearance or disappearance, it's like the same thing. Like the sun is always lighting up, but depending on the perspective, angle of the vision, we see that the sun is rising and sun is setting, depending on the perspective. But the sun is always lighting. In the same way, Guru and Vaishnav, eternally they are with us, always. So we all just heard also that Nithalila Prishna Vishnupad, Ashtauttara Shishumad, Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj, he to Prabhupada, he did not call disappearance day of Prabhupada. He always termed appearance day of Prabhupada. He never celebrated that. Because Guru Padma is eternally present with us, but yet the scriptures, it is coming in the separation, in the disappearance day, you remember them more. In scriptures it is coming. In the meeting and in appearance day, you won't feel so much depth. In separation, the more and more depth would be felt in the separation and on the disappearance day. His mercy and his blessings and his sidelong glance of mercy is coming this way. All the pure disciple will realize definitely. Gurupad Padma is very extremely merciful. Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj also said. He said about his Gurudeva Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada on his disappearance day, and his appearance day, he used to give lectures and say, my Guru Pad Padma is very, very glorious. I was a fully egoistic person and I was a fallen soul. What did he do with me? He grabbed my hairs, pulled my hairs, and dragged me and made me surrender to his lotus feet. In his lectures, he's saying also, in his big assembly also, he also said this. I heard Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, his magnanimity. I've heard about his munificent quality and magnanimity. He gave divine love to everybody. I've heard that, but I was present there in another lifetime, but Mahaprabhu did not give me mercy, made me surrender to his lotus feet. I heard about the glories of the mercy of Srimati Radhika. I've heard about the Katha of Krishna's mercy. Even the previous Acharya's glories I am also hearing. But I was a big sinner. No one gave me shelter. But my Guru Pad Padma Bhai's mercy, he gave me a place in the shelter of his lotus feet. That's why my Gurudeva's lotus feet, I surrender myself in his lotus feet. The glories of Gurudeva is coming in scriptures this way. The more and more condensed nistha we have towards Guru, the same nistha we will have for God. It will manifest. That's why it is coming in this shloka. Nishya prasadat bhagavat prasado. By His mercy, God showers His mercy. And if without His mercy, God will not give mercy. That's why Guru Kripa is the only thing in all the scriptures. The glories of Gurudeva is coming this way. Gurudeva, like by yoga, mantra, Sadguru, Jiva Goswami Pad is making commentary. Mantra is Guru, and Guru is mantra, is a form of mantra. Because it's not like this, you took mantra from one Guru, then you go to the second Guru, third Guru, and you change like this. No, this is not going to work out ever. You should have nishtha under the lotus feet of Guru. When you chant the mantras, then the heart, everything will manifest in the heart. That's why it is coming this way. In scriptures, many examples are coming. My Gurudev, in his lectures, more and more he used to emphasize this tattva and used to discuss this subject a lot. Look, when he was little boy, his young age, let's listen about that. This katha, I heard this directly from the mouth of Gurudev when I was in Navadip temple, when I went first there, and after some months Narayana Goswami Maharaj was there also, and he gave me Harinam after that. And after 2 months, Srila Gurudeva, Vamana Goswami Maharaj in Devananda Gaudiya Math, he entered. At that time, Gurudev's health was not good at time. More and more to fix his health, to help him, we used to go in Siliguri to take some treatments. And he used to go and preach in Siliguri because their climate was more suitable for his health. He did not stay a lot in Navadip because his health was conditions were more suitable. I saw this. More and more he stayed in Siliguri and Assam, around that region. He used to stay there because the climate and weather was suitable for his health at that time. So at that time, after 2 months, when Gurudev came back, at that time, in the Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti, there was only one Acharya. The Diksha's initiation was only given by Srila Gurudeva Vamana Goswami Maharaj. Only he was giving initiations. Harinam Srila Gurudeva Narayana Goswami Maharaj used to give. And that also, like after receiving instruction from Gurudev that you can give Harinam, so he started giving Harinam. At that time, Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti, the deed, the documents, what do you call it? In the document, it's written there that only one Acharya can give initiations, Diksha and Harinam. Many histories there, but yet Guru Padma, Narayana Maharaja used to say that got instructions to give Harinam. So Srila Vamana Maharaj in Uttaranchal Pradesh, meaning around the North India, he used to travel very less in northern India because the climate here was not good for his health. And it was bad for his health. So that's why he used to come here very less. That's why Gurudev said, so that's why he said like you can give Harinams here in northern India. And then he also gave that you give initiations and Harinam both. In a document it is coming in Patrika, it was written and it was all signed by everyone and it was good. But some people, they were criticizing for this regard. He was Acharya himself and he signed himself so that other people won't criticize. That if you have desire, if you want to give initiation, you can give. In Gaudiya Patrika, in that document, in Hindi and Bangala, both language, it was written and signed. I'm saying this because Gurudev, he was very generous and he was like embodiment of magnanimity. I will tell you one short katha about him, just I remembering what I heard from the mouth of Gurudev. When in Bengal, when he appeared with his mother, he came in Navadip Parikrama in Mayapur, and then he took darshan of Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. After Parikrama, everybody returned back to their houses. They went back after Parikrama, but his mother, Sajjan Sevak, a Brahmachari's mother, said, you also come with me, let's go home. But Sajjan Sevak said, no, look, I've realized who my real parents are and I will not go back to home now. Gurudev Srila Maharaj said this. This is my best friend, this is my mother, father. Only who give bhakti towards Sri Krishna, that is real friend, mother and father. He is my mother and father. Who? The one who is giving me prema bhakti. That is my mother and father. Parambandhu, who is my best friend. Who is my best friend? Who is my best friend? So who can give Krishna prema this way? So Srila Gurudeva, he went and surrendered to the lotus feet of Prabhupada. And when he was small, when he was 7 to 8 year old, like 8.5-year-old it was, and he took Harinam Diksha from Prabhupada. At that time, when you stay in temple, you have to take Harinam. Harinam was given after 1 or 2 years. Then initiation and mantras, Diksha mantra was given. So Srila Gurudeva, he said to Prabhupada, he took Harinam from him, Gurudev took from Prabhupada Nam mantra. And then at that time the temple, like the temple manager, the one who managed the groceries of the temple that time, Narahari Prabhuji, under his shelter, under his guidance, the Sajjan Sevaka Brahmachari, he used to serve. Like he just explained, Rishikesh Maharaj very beautifully, he explained that how when he was a little child, he used to serve all the Vaisnavas with very intimacy. I heard this katha directly from the mouth of Gurudeva. At that time, in the temple, there were many brahmacharis and sannyasis. And for everybody, he used to put asan for everybody. At that time, asans was like, it was like a wooden, made of small wooden sticks, and he prepared everything for everyone, and he used to put plates for everyone then, and then salt and lemon, and he used to give everybody salt and lemon to everybody. And like Narada Rishi, like he explained about his biography to Vyasdev, in the same way Gurudev said, I served Vaisnavas, like he served Vaisnavas. All the Vaisnavas gave me mercy. All the disciples of Prabhupada, they gave me very, very nice blessings. And especially Narahari, under the guidance of Narahari Prabhu, I used to cut and chop vegetables. What they used to say, after chopping vegetables was very nice. And this vegetable chopped by him was very, very beautiful. He used to cut everything equally. All the vegetables used to cut in equal size, even cabbage. And Gurupad Padma, there's a Bhakti Vinod Institute nearby. There, Prabhupada, he got his admission in that institution to study. Once upon a time, one day it was raining heavily. It was a very, very heavy rain going on. Then it was raining. At that time, Narahari Prabhu, he said, today is raining, what will you go to school? No need to go to school because it's raining so much. That time, this brahmachari only used to have one pair of clothes. Only one t-shirt, one cloth, one dhoti. Everything one. Not like many. And was given one towel also. And it was raining. Then he said, okay, don't need to go to school. So he washed his clothes. And he was wearing his gamcha. And he was chopping the vegetables. In the meantime, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, we must have gone to Mayapur, the Bhajan Kutir, Mayapur. Prabhupada is there. So he came down from there and he saw he was chopping vegetables. Sajjan Sevak Brahmachari chopping the vegetables. Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada said, did you not go to school today? Narahari Prabhu said, look, Prabhupada, today is raining. For this regard, he might not go. But Prabhupada just said, he should go to school. He just said this. And when he heard this, he started to think what to do. At that time, Gurudev said, I completely washed my clothes. And he was thinking the desire of Prabhupada, I want to fulfill that also. How to go to school? Because all the clothes are wet, they are washed already. So Guru Padma said, when I went to my room and I thought about Vishnudev and I prayed, because Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, he gave Harinam and Nrsimha mantra to him. He gave him this Nrsimha mantra. He chanted Nrsimha mantra and said, Nrsimhadev, by the instruction of Prabhupada, I have desired to go to school, but I don't have any clothes. I cannot go to school in gamcha, in towel. I cannot go. So surprisingly, look what happened. When Gurudev, he entered the room after chanting the mantra and praying, he saw all his clothes were completely dry, and it was like someone has ironed them. Someone has pressed the clothes. Surprisingly, see. And then he went to school. Then at 4 p.m. Prabhupada, when he came back, he said, where is that Sajjan Sevak Brahmachari? He asked. Then he went to school, he's coming back from school. Then he asked, so how did you go today? Gurudev, he knows everything. Prabhupada knew everything, but yet he was teaching. Prabhupada asked, you have washed the clothes? So which clothes did you wear to school? Gurudev said. Vamana Maharaja said, see, I just chanted Nrsimha mantra and I prayed to Nrsimhadeva, and then I opened my eyes, I saw all my clothes were dry. At that time, Prabhupada, he embraced Sajjan Sevak Brahmachari. Gurudev said this himself. And he started to cry. And he said, see Nrsimhadev, how he has a very, very sweet mood of parental affection, Bhakta Vatsalya for all the devotees. Nrsimhadev, Gurudev, Nrsimha mantra is very, very special. Not once, 3 times Nrsimhadev, he gave mercy, like very, very kind of a miracle. Gurudev glories are unique and unparalleled. Many kathas are there, and especially Vinoda Bihari Brahmachari. he had so much intimacy and attachment with Vinoda Bihari Brahmachari. Vinoda Bihari Brahmachari meaning Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. It's extreme deep love and affection with him. With this regard, at that time, many kathas are there though. After the disappearance of Prabhupada in Gaudiya Math, there was some chaos, there was like some problems, and then even Vinoda Bihari Brahmachari and some people, they went to the jail for 40 days. They stayed in jail. At that time, the Sajjan Sevaka Brahmachari, at that time Prabhupada was disappeared already, and so he had not received diksha mantras at that time. Sajjan Sevaka, at that time there was a rule: one who is not initiated, like if they cook something, no one will accept anything from them. So Param Guru Maharaj, Vinoda Bihari Brahmachari, he was in prison and he gave him initiation diksha mantras to him. And then he, for all the sannyasis for over in the prison, for them he cooked prasad and he used to take it for them, and used to manage everything and used to cook everything. The history is very deep here. So Vinoda Bihari Brahmachari, he has so much surrender towards Vinoda Bihari Brahmachari, and the Guru Padma said himself. Just now you heard in the Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti that it was established by Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. The 3 people were established in that. 4. One is Bhakti Kushal Narsingh Maharaj, and second Abhay Charan Dev, that Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, and third Srila Vamana Goswami Maharaj, and Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. So at that time they were there. They were the establishers of the Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. And how he used to serve his Guru. This is so surprising. We should learn. Gurudev said, always I want to serve. I used to serve Vinoda Bihari, meaning Srila Gurudeva, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. He used to give declarations and used to write. And Gurudeva, his handwriting was so beautiful that he was committed no mistakes at all in his writings. No mistakes at all. And he never, no need to edit that also, what's written by him. Once written, it's ready for printing. Next day, it would come back after being printed. One day, Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj in Navadip Parikrama, he was speaking to people and he was writing. And Gurudev Laman Goswami Maharaj, he was also writing. And next day, they have to go Nrsimhapalli. And this Patrika, we have to offer to Nrsimhadeva also, Nrsimhapalli. But no need to check whatever they written, it was written and ready for printing already. Gurudeva analysis was so deepness and he has so much memory power was so much. Just he hears sloka one time, he remembered. Or just he read one time, he remembered. Once I asked to Gurudev directly, I asked him, Gurudev, how many shlokas do you remember? Do you know? Gurudev said that I heard this directly from his mouth. For 7 days, 7 nights continuously, if I speak shlokas, even then won't be finished. The Gurudeva was so huge memory power here. Among all the Gaudiya Vaisnavas, they gave him the title, the Gaudiya Dictionary, the Dictionary of the Gaudiyas. This was his title. Any shloka, for Gurudev say, Gurudev, this scripture, this is published from which printing press, in which year, which edition is it? Everything he remembered. Everything he remembered. There was a library of Gurudev. Thousands of scriptures were there. I directly asked Gurudev, Gurudeva, these books that are here, or all these books read, have you read all of them? Gurudev said, yes, I've read all the books. And if you see, all the books were, they were like underlined by Gurudev or like notes made by, not one. Like how possible you read so many books? His power, brain, memory power was like this. His glories are unique and unparalleled. I cannot even express. Like if you make the ink with the ocean water, and if you make the sky a page, if you make sky page and make an Himalaya, if you make the pen, if you make the Himalaya mountain a pen, even then not possible to write down all the glories of Gurudev. Gurudev was so deep and serious, like you just heard. It's very, very deep and serious mood. It's not possible to even realize about him. In reality, I'm saying this, he could not be in association with physically. I could not associate with him a lot, because 1 year I stayed in Navadip. Then Srila Gurudeva Narayana Goswami Maharaj, by his mercy, he took me to Mathura, and then in Mathura we also stayed. But Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj, he used to take us to, once a year, he used to take us in the Gaur Purnima in Navadip Parikrama. He used to take us there. And once a year we just go in. And all the time I stayed in Mathura. And I did not go away from Narayana Goswami Maharaj then, because I was absorbed in service also. And at the time the temple had not a good economic situation, meaning not good economic stability was there in the temple. So at that, for this regard, at that time, to manage the temple, we used to go, like I used to go from different house to house, different houses. There is not even one house in Mathura that where I have not knocked the door. I have knocked the doors of all the houses in Mathura, whether they were there or not, whether they give money or not. But every day from 7:30 a.m. to I went 7:30 a.m. early in the morning, and then I come back around 2 p.m. So I'm not saying that, I'm not just like glorifying this. My subject is this, that why, like a lot of time I'm giving a reason why I could not be in association of Vamana Maharaja a lot. His devotees, his servants, when they came from their mouth, we used to listen this katha. Like Maharaji was also explaining, his servants used to tell how Guru Pad Padma, his character was divine and transcendental, or personality. I will just speak a little more. Gurudeva, what was he? He was like embodiment of this shloka. He was like complete presiding deities of this shloka. Actually, Gurudeva Narayana Goswami Maharaj, he used to respect him so much. Even like 16 years ago, from 16 years ago, he took Harinam from Prabhupada. But look, yet Srila Gurudeva, he used to respect Narayana Goswami Maharaj like whom? Like, he used to say him like elder, and used to respect him this way. See, being so humble is very, very hard. I saw with my eyes. When Sri Narayana Goswami Maharaj, when he entered the Devanand Gaudiya Math, meaning from Mathura going to Devanand Gaudiya Math, I saw Gurudev Vamana Goswami Maharaj, and when he saw him from far away, and he gave like proper Dandvat pranams. When he saw him from the far away, why? Because he is respecting the one who is serving the Guru. That's why Gurudev again and again he used to say, Guru's sevak is always respectable. Those who is serving your Guru, I do pranams to them. Like just heard, very, very deep and serious. He did not used to speak a lot, talk a lot. In assembly, he did not speak a lot. He just speak very, very little. Even in Navadipa Parikrama, all the acharyas, all the sannyasis used to sit, because this is natural as per the rules. But disciples, they want to listen Harikatha from whom? from their Gurudeva. They want to listen Harikatha from Gurudeva. This is natural tendency that from Guru's mouth we will listen Harikatha. This is natural. All the disciples, what do they want? That I will listen something from the mouth of my Gurudeva. I've traveled from very far away. Okay, Vaisnavas are Guru and Guru is Vaishnav. But yet, if you analyze deeply, all the disciples, they want to listen Harikatha from the mouth of Gurudev. But look, this Navadip Parikrama I saw, Gurudeva Vamana Goswami Maharaj, he spoke very less. He was Acharya, and he used to say to give the mic to Narayana Goswami Maharaj. He was senior, but yet he said, and then to Trivikram Goswami Maharaj, and then at the end, 5 to 7 minutes he used to speak, not a lot. When his katha ended, in 5 minutes he used to wind up everything quickly. He used to speak everything, express everything in 5 minutes. Everything, all the things, because in that same Navadip Parikrama what happened? There was like loving quarrels that used to happen, especially Trivikram Goswami Maharaj and Srila Gurudeva Vamana Goswami Maharaj. They used to discuss many philosophies, they used to many arguments. It was looking like they both are like fighting with each other, but in reality it was not true. It was a loving quarrel. At the end, Vamana Goswami Maharaj is the Sabhapati. They don't speak at the like the Sabhapati, like the main person of the assembly. They always speak at the last. They speak at the last, and at the last, what did he say? The conclusion given. He used to speak on conclusion, and then he glorified and established the facts expressed by the Katha of Narayana Goswami Maharaj. And he concluded with that. Like you heard, especially in Navadip Parikrama, when we went to Samudragad. In Samudragad, these three used to sit together. Srila Gurudeva, he took the side of Samudra Sen, and Trivikram Maharaj used to take side of Bhim Sen. And in that assembly, it was this very beautiful katha. And in that katha, at the end, what happened? When the katha ended, at the end, Sri Gurupad Padma, Vamana Goswami Maharaj, he said Jai of Samudra Sen, which means the katha of Narayana Goswami Maharaj wins. Gurupad Padma glories are unique and unparalleled. He is like an eternal associate of Srimati Radhika. I'll tell you about something. Around the last 2 years, he did not speak anything before his disappearance. Maybe 1.5 years, around 2004, 2005, did not speak at all. But Srila Narayana Goswami Maharaj, when he went, he used to talk to him. He did not even speak a word to anyone, but he used to always speak to Narayana Goswami Maharaj. And he said Hare Krishna, maximum. He said this, Hare Krishna. This is the only words he said from his mouth. And his servants, they were there. It was written, do not touch me. It was written there. Like touching the feet is forbidden. And all the time, the tears were coming from his eyes. And I saw this with my eyes. He was chanting holy names, deep absorption, this way. Someone asked a question, he just said Hare Krishna. Any question you asked him, he just responded this, Hare Krishna. Like Madhavendra Puripad, we are hearing about him, the character of Madhavendra Puripad, how he was absorbed in ecstatic moods and crying. Vrishabhanu. The daughter of Vrishabhanu. He said this and he disappeared. He said Radha Thakurani. And all the time he used to weep. And all his lectures, he used to speak about one katha. He used to explain the shloka very nicely. And he used to speak very less. Like some people, when he spoke, he did not speak ras katha a lot, but in deeply, like indirectly, he used to say everything. Indirectly, he used to say everything. He said dasa sakha vatsalya. Like ordinary people can understand, but when the madhurya ras katha comes, many people won't be able to understand. Why? Because ordinary people won't understand. For this regard, Gita Govindam, all this katha, he just used to speak on one shloka. He used to just express this shloka and he used to speak very little on this. Because the Champa Ghati Katha, Jayadev Goswami and Gurudev used to say, speak something. Then he used to express this shloka. And indirectly said everything. And very beautiful language he used to express. He knew many languages. You could see, you listen one English lecture, like Prabhupada, he had high class vocabulary words he used in his lectures. You have heard that, no? Very beautiful. In Hindi, his Hindi was very extraordinary. More and more he spoke in Bangla language, Bengali language. So my Guru Padma was such a premik. Bhakti manifests just with his darshan. So in scriptures it is coming. Like listening to katha from them is another thing. If you just take their darshan, it is works out completely. Their darshan purifies everything. Vaishnav darshan, if you take darshan of a pure high class exalted Vaishnava, then so I pray this way, my Guru Padma, those who have taken his darshan, everything will work out for them. Nothing to do. With darshan, you are purified already. Some people, they used to come, especially Western devotees, they used to come to listen some Harikatha from English. Gurudev used to say, go to Maharaji. And he used to send everybody to him. And he just said, Hare Krishna. Understand? Gurudev Katha like this. He said, you also come to foreign country, someone said to him. But Gurudev say, you are coming from the west to here. You come from here, I will not come there. You come here, you're welcome here. Look, such humble he was, very humble he was. And Gurudeva was, Narayana Maharaj, Vikram Maharaj, he gave so much respect to them. Today, he was giving example how much love and affection they had towards Guru brother. It's not possible. So Gurudev Vikram Goswami Maharaj disciple did not make any disciple. Why? Because the disciple they celebrate appearance day of Gurudeva. Like who celebrates? The disciples they celebrate on occasion. Okay, whether with Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru. The Diksha, Siksha, like those who are disciples, they celebrate the occasion. But Guru Padma, what did he do? He manifested a beautiful lila. Vikram Goswami Maharajas, it is his disappearance day. On the same day, he also disappeared himself. So these both, they are coming together and disappearing together. So the occasion is celebrated together. Until Narayana Goswami Maharaj, he also manifested beautiful lila. So when Srila Gurudeva Maharaj's appearance day, on that day, what did he do? He disappeared that day. See, when Narayana Goswami Maharaj, it was Moni Mavasya. That day was the appearance day of Vamana Goswami Maharaj. And in that same month, so Gurudev Srila in the Navami Tithi, the 9th day in the moon cycle, there the appearance day of him and disappearance day of Narayana Goswami Maharaj. So see, they had such beautiful, their appearance and disappearance day of these three acharyas are interconnected on some days. So this is very beautiful thing to understand. See, such gurus are divine and transcendental. See, Narottam, Shamananda, Srinivas, like this, they were like these three were like the pillars of Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. That's why they called the three pillars of Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. This is called, all the Vaishnavas used to say, These are Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. They used to say this. Brahma's responsibility is to create. Srila Gurudeva Vamana Maharaja used to give diksha mantras and create. And Shivji's responsibility is to destroy. And Trivikram Goswami Maharaj, if you listen his lectures, you will all run away one by one. You will run away. And he will smoke very, very strong Harikatha and he destroy all their arthas. Katha was very powerful, like a very powerful weapon. And Vishnu's responsibility is to nourish and maintain everything. Srila Gurudeva, see, his name is Narayan, which is the name of Vishnu. He gives shelter to everybody, nourishes everybody. Srila Gurudeva Narayana Goswami Maharaj, to everybody he gives shelter. He did not was discrimination towards anyone. Gurudev's special quality was this. He did not think that this is my disciple, your disciple. He said, oh, Narayana Goswami Maharaj used to say, your disciples are mine and my disciples are yours. All are one. Such beautiful mood and prem there was. Today to find this is very, very rare. You say, my disciple, my disciple, my disciple, people say this. That's why people fight. This is the cause of fight also. The birth of fight starts here. That from what's mine and what's yours. This is the birth. If you understand everything is under the Guru Tattva, one Guru Tattva, everything is coming under that. Nityananda Prabhu, Akhanda Guru Tattva, Baldev Prabhu, and all are in the family of Nityananda Prabhu and under his guidance and serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu under the guidance of Baladev Prabhu. Everybody serve the conjugal divine couple. This mood if you have, then no point of fighting at all. Nothing will happen. So I would like to end here.